Okay, this is just going to be a quick walkthrough of the settings that I changed in RStudio on our first day with R. And this is completely optional, but this is how I set my settings, and it seems to work well for me. I've tried lots of things over the years, and if you want your RStudio to look like mine, this is what I did. And then after I show you the appearance things, I'm going to show you some other options that I like to change that make everything seem to go a little smoother for me. So I'm in RStudio, and again, I'm on a Windows machine. So if you're on Mac, things are a little bit different. All of these things happen in the global options. Now on Windows, the global options is at the bottom of the tools menu. And I know on Mac, I think it's the Windows. So there's another word up here before help that's Windows. And at the bottom of that listing, you'll find the global options. So no matter which type of computer on, you need to find at the bottom of the list global options. And all the changes that I'm going to make appearance wise and layout wise and some defaults are going to be in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to appearance. Now, when you first download RStudio, it's going to be all white or very light colored, and it's going to have black font, but that is a little straining on the eyes. So the theme, so this is on choosing appearance, the theme by default is either classical or modern. I like sky. It makes it dark around the edges, and I can come down and apply that, and it didn't do very much. But then I'm going to leave the zoom at 100% usually. This is the font that I like, 12 point. That's all personal appearance or preference. Then down in the editor themes, this does the coloring for the rest of the window. And I prefer a darker background, and there's lots of different options. They're adding new ones all the time. Excuse me, Cobalt is one of my favorite. I am going to go with this Mervio Bivori. This is my favorite one. They're every once in a while I'll change them up. I'll try to keep it the same for the semester, but that's how you change the coloring. And I'm going to push apply. And so now that's how I get the dark style. Next, I'm going to go to pane layout. There's 4 compartments or panels on the main window for RStudio to see everything at once. And I like to rearrange it. The only thing I like to rearrange is the console by default is in the lower left, and I like to put it in the upper right. It's just a personal preference. So again, you don't have to do this, but if you want to match mine, this is how I do it. So in each of these quadrants, there's a little drop-down menu. And if you choose the thing you want there, it'll swap it from wherever it is. And so this is how I like to leave mine. Source and console on the top, the environments and tabs, and then the files, plots, packages, and help in the lower right. Now, there are a couple general things that I would suggest changing. Again, this is largely preference. Under the general section, at the top, I have R sessions listed, the versions of R, because on my computer, I have, because I've been at this for a while, lots of different versions of R. And I could probably delete them, but I'm lazy. So if you have just downloaded R for the first time, you're not going to see this because you only have one version. As far as these options here, in the workspace, I do not restore my R data at startup. And for me, this is because I'm working on lots of different projects and things get cluttered. And because of that, I do not save my workspace. And so this one I think is always set to ask. It's very annoying to me that it's asked me every time I go out if I want to save. I never want to save the R data workspace. So I set this unchecking the workspace box and choosing the option never. History, I do let it save history, but I just don't like it to save the workspace. So I would choose that. Under code, there's some options. I think most of these are fine. Yeah, I think we're going to leave the rest on here, just normal. Under the on code on display, there are some new things with this latest version, RStudio, that I really love that they've added. One of them is rainbow parentheses. I love that. So I would apply and say, oh, or just say okay on those options, and that will help your RStudio look like mine. Not that it's the only way or it's the right way, but it's the way that I'm going to do. So if you want to look like mine, that's what I do.